Good afternoon, my name is Niko, host of the political radio show Mikasa Sukasa, and I urge you all to join our One Follow, $1 campaign where we get to show the establishment media that if they will not do what they are supposed to do and report objectively and unbiasedly, then we will support independent journalists who will, like myself, Tim Blatt, H.A. Goodman, Hard Bastard, Noah. The list goes on, but I encourage you all to find your favorite independent journalist and donate $1 because, well, let's face it, we need each other. And as much as your viewership helps us out, tremendously, financial support can save a meal, save help pay a light bill of your favorite independent journalist. You never know, because when we investing in your time and your money to bring the news, means that you're taking time away from something else you could be doing professionally and making money that way. So let's support your favorite independent journalists. But CNN is back at it again, and I'm just almost tired of reporting on them. But we gotta do what we gotta do, right? So yet again, they're trying to put out more information to distract from a potentially, just a huge story that's being totally ignored right now. So about a couple hours ago, CNN, I'm laughing because you're gonna laugh when you hear what this article is about. So CNN reports Russia has increased the amount of spies, or potentially increased the amount of spies that have entered the United States since the election. And I'm like, okay, let me read this because maybe there's some more going on. And of course, it says, since the election, okay, hey, what's up, puppy? Can you get off the couch, please? Daddy's working. Daddy's working. Get down. Lay down. Lay down. Daddy's working. That's my son Kane. Anyway, but they said somewhere, somehow, probably, possibly, since the end of the election, Russia has increased the amount of spies they have in the United States. And I'm like, okay, so it's going to be, of course, I'm thinking they've learned their lesson. There's going to be some numbers to back this. Maybe somebody will put out a name. Maybe a specific intelligence agency will be willing to back this up with some facts. Nope. Just, there were a lot of spies, or there were less spies than there were right now, and we don't know why. They start alleging reasons. Well, maybe it's to, dig some more information up about Trump. Possibly, maybe, or it could be other things also. We really don't know. And this is what qualifies as a credible article to CNN. And they're wondering why they're in the middle of a lawsuit at this very moment. Now, don't get me wrong. If I'm Russia, I would probably be increasing the amount of spies in this country also, considering the fact that we have pretty much tried to set them up for World War III, and we're like begging them to leap if they're feeling froggy. We've been lying. We know these are lies. They said the 17 intelligence agencies, wrote or agreed that Russia hacked the election. Obviously, we've realized that story had been retracted. We know that CNN is on air calling this Russiagate nonsense bullshit, verbatim. So, of course you're going to spy to figure out what's the ultimate goal of the politicians who are currently in power when they're attacking you seemingly out of nowhere. But the story that they're actually distracting us from is Podesta, because Podesta's story gets really good. And as you all know, I have covered at length how Podesta, Obama, Hillary, and others are connected to the Russian administration or the Kremlin. But it gets better. It turns out that Juul, before Podesta got involved, and at the time he was involved, was just a small energy company in Russia. And then the next thing you know, it was pumped full of $35 million of Kremlin money. And when Podesta was asked, well, why didn't you reveal this information? Oh, I did. I revealed it, but it turns out there were 3 parts to the revelation, and one of them he did not let out, which was the fact that he was on the board of this with 45,000 undisclosed shares. Now this is a huge, freaking huge deal. Ladies and gentlemen, this is huge. Now, I've already talked about this at length before, but the fact that this, when he invested, was something small, and then the Kremlin pumps $35 million into this company, and then it's massive, while he was the chief advisor to the Obama administration, while he was the campaign manager, or not the campaign manager, but one of the chief campaign managers, I should say, and he was definitely the leading, if you will, Hillary Clinton's campaign managing staff into what he was hoping to be the chief of staff when she took office. This is massive. And for them to pretend like, oh, Trump is clearly the guy that Russia wants to win, when you have thousands and thousands, tens of thousands of shares in a particular company, a particular Kremlin-backed company, which means, what does that mean? That $35 million worth of money went into a company that I'm almost 100% positive Russia and Putin specifically are more than willing to do what's necessary to make sure that that company does not fail, whether it make political sacrifices or financial ones, or military ones. So why are we pretending like it's Trump we should be watching as far as Russia is concerned? Why are we watching the people who got caught committing election fraud, who we know colluded with Russia to some degree, not necessarily with I mean, this is not like with Trump where it's hearsay and random anonymous sources. This is factual. This is numbers on paper. This is, we know and we knew that he was on the Obama administration as a chief advisor. This is somebody we know Obama credited with the second half of his second term of office. This is somebody we know was going to be chief of staff in Hillary Clinton's administration. She had won. This is somebody we know was on the staff of Hillary Clinton whenever Russia hacked the DNC emails. And we also know for a fact that we're not allowed to see the DNC servers, but we do know for a fact that John Podesta is connected to Russia. So why is it not being covered by CNN? Ladies and gentlemen, you already know the answer why. We know why. Because that would be them admitting that perhaps, just maybe, when Hillary Clinton comes into office, she was going to have identifiably more connections to Russia, and therefore that would lead to a whole ton of backlash, whether it be against Hillary Clinton, whether it be against John Podesta, whether it be against CNN, MSNBC, whoever, all of them, the backlash that they deserve. Also, once again, this is yet another example of why you should participate in our One Follow $1 campaign. We need to stop investing in them. Now, I'm not saying don't read anything that they post, because we all need to stay informed, especially when we see propaganda. We need to be able to identify it. But we need to invest in our journalists to cover these stories and have the time to cover these stories, our independent journalists. So One Follow $1 campaign, link will be below. You can donate to the Patreon. I also will post links of H.A. Goodman, Hart Vaster, and Tim Black as well. And I sincerely hope you help us reach our goal of $1,000 by the end of July. We've done amazing thus far. We hit 500 in less than a week, which was kind of crazy and I wasn't expecting. But you guys are absolutely awesome. So thank you all so much. So like, subscribe, watch the I'm gonna post another video explaining where I go into a little bit more detail about how connected they are, you know, the Obama and Clinton administrations with Russia. And always remember, find your balance. Peace.